Okay. Okay. How we doing? How we feeling? How is everybody? We excited? I'm pretty excited. I'm stoked. Can't wait for this event. I would get in and actually play Destiny, but I am worried about getting kicked out almost immediately, so we've got like 20 minutes until the event is live, so you can just sit down and chit chat for a little bit. Shoot shit. What do we have planned for Mythic today? Let's kind of go over that. What do we want to have planned for Mythic? Actually, but let me do this. That's not what I wanted. Okay, and then can I just we'll keep that open, and then yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, so I've got this nice little Sublime window that I can use. Awesome. Okay, so I think for today, what we want to do is see, what do we... Okay, so our primary objective is, of course, rank 8. That's our primary objective. Ancillary to that, or I guess what are the specifics to that? We need to do a title, which means that we have to do Deadeye, because that's the one that we were going to do. We need power, so we need to get to the power cap, and we need pinnacles as well. And we need the co-op missions. Those are the 3 major things that we need for rank 8. I think we could probably do the title today, or at least make good progress on it, as well as get some power and pinnacles done. If we're going to be in the Crucible doing the title for Deadeye, we're going to be getting pinnacles from Pathfinder, so that'll be good. And then we also we'll just call it a side quest. We also need to do Nessus, the moon, and we need to do Cosmodrome. So those are kind of what I'm thinking are the main things that we could work on. And I think what I'm leaning towards right now is the Deadeye title, getting pinnacles and power on the Hunter, Because right now the hunter is a lower light level than our warlock is. Go ahead, minimize that. Yeah, if I off the webcam here. Yeah, so our warlock is a little bit higher level than our hunter. So we're gonna be looking to probably work on the title, because the title is also permanent. Once we get the title, that's just one and done, and then we just need to get 6 more of them. But that'll be a later date. So where did I got coffee and then I left my coffee. Not true. My coffee. I kind of hope Kata shows up for a little bit. I think he was saying that he wanted to see some of my Pokemon cards. All right, we have about 15 minutes until the stream. I'm gonna go check in on it. And that's not what I wanted. I'm gonna check in and see. Is it up? Oh, yeah, it is. Pause that real quick. So what will that? Just full screen that bad boy there. There we go. Let's see here. Why is that not coming? Yo, Karen, thank you so much. And thanks for the follow. Why is the... I have a problem with my headphones, so I can't hear you. Reply to me in chat and I will appreciate it. I can try to do that, but I don't know that I'll be able to on Twitch. Why is my Google sound not coming? This is really starting to irritate. Why is that sound not coming through? Why is that sound not coming through? Oh, there we go. Okay. It's working fine now. The issue was that the wire was underneath. Oh, okay. Okay. I hope you guys can hear the reveal event audio in the background. Because if not, this is going to be a really embarrassing and quiet stream. How's your stream going so far? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. We only just started. We've got 12 minutes on the clock for the reveal event. This will be in my 2 years of being a content creator. Can I lower the game sounds? You mean the... You mean the stream sound? Is that better? This will be my first reveal stream that I've done in the 2 years that I've been a content creator. So this will be fun. This will be a good experiment to see if I'm a good if I'm a good React content creator. God, that just makes me sound like I'm a React channel now, and I don't like that. The game music in the background is too loud. Yeah, I'm kind of a new streamer. And thank you, thank you. Is it still too loud? It's down pretty low, so I can't imagine it's still too loud. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. I am playing on PC. I used to be a console person all the way up until I think oh, what was it? All the way up until Lightfall, I played on an Xbox, and then I switched over to PC. Currently playing on console, thinking about getting PC. What other games do I play? So I mainly play Destiny 2. That's my hub game, but a lot of the times I'll find myself playing one-off games with my friends, or I'll find myself playing solo games on my phone or different other things. So, and I also get like into swings of games. You know how you get really into a game and then you fall out of it. You get really into a game, you fall out of it. So I've been swinging back into chess, and it has nothing to do with the Dr. Lupo or whatever. I've just been really getting back into chess. I'm not good at it by any means, so I've been just playing mobile games on chess.com on my phone. I also play a lot of Pokemon, so I go to game settings and lower the sound. It's not there's no game that's being played. There's not a game. It's just the reveal stream. I can lower it down even more, but yeah, it's like I've got this thing 15 decibels down, so I can't imagine, and it's already like really quiet on have I tried horror games? Yeah, I've tried a couple of horror games. So I think what's the best horror game that I've ever played? Best horror game. Maybe Outlast. I think Outlast is probably one of the best horror games that I've played. Um, where am I from? So I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, in the States. But I live in Georgia now. I've got a I've got a Midwestern accent. That was not a Midwestern accent whatsoever. From Texas? Hell yeah. I've got a couple of friends in Texas. $7:20 to go. We are literally on the edge of our seats. Bro, if the internet isn't already cooked, it's gonna get even more cooked in 5 to 10 years. The amount of sexual innuendo jokes that just happen all the time for seemingly no apparent reason. In 5 to 10 years, our entire form of conversation is just going to be memes and sexual innuendos if it isn't already. You should stream consistently because you're doing great. Oh, thank you. Upgrade your Twitch profile a little bit as well. Make it a little bit more eye-catching. Yeah, I need to do that for my Twitch. I focus a lot more heavily on YouTube just because it's farther along as far as like monetization or like growth goes for the channel. The first thing viewers see joining the stream is your logo, profile picture, and banner. Yeah, I kind of figured that. I do need to invest a little bit more time into the Twitch stuff. Something really cool in mind for your channel? May I share it? Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead. If it's a picture or an image or anything like that, just feel free to send it over Discord. You can type !Discord to get to the community Discord, but then you can also just find my Discord account that way. Yeah. Hey, go ahead. I'm having a little bit of trouble finding you on Discord, so just feel free to go to the community Discord and find me that way. It's hard to find your name on Discord because there's like 30 other accounts that pop up. All right, 4 minutes out. No, I didn't get it. Let me check again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's like 30 people that show up under that name. Yeah, let me see if I can. Uh, no, I do not have Instagram. I don't have Instagram or Facebook. And I actually don't really want to sign up for either of those. I don't use social media like that. I don't sit through stuff and just scroll like people do. I just don't I don't do that. I much rather watch videos and uh learn information and um I'm a very like information gathering sponge. I don't just scroll for entertainment. That's just not my vibe. 130. Edge of Diddy. Okay, dude. All right. Here we go. Let's lock in and see what the future of Destiny 2 is going to be like. Oop, here we go. Oh. Fade to black just to fade in a countdown. Okay. That's funny.
What follows light and shadow?
I'm gonna turn this up a little bit.
That silence breaks. I am summoning you as a new age begins. I see sapient life turn to each other. They remember how to look to the stars. They remember curiosity.
That pyramid ship's just floating there still? Okay.
They remember how to thrive.
Okay, so we are going out of the Sol system.
They forgot we were here long before the traveler.
Okay.
They forgot that they need us. But they are fated to remember. I will remind them. I'm sure you will. But not through me.
Oh.
Find someone else.
Oh. Is that Orin?
My will is my own.
Oh shit. Oh, that's lit. That's crazy. Holy shit. Okay, so
All right, everyone, hello and welcome here to Bungie HQ.
oh, I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
We've got an amazing
Silent movie experience?
to tell you a little bit about the Edge of Fate and the
Is it
future
not
of
coming
Destiny
through?
2 as well. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, but no need to worry. As always, I am joined by some of my amazing colleagues here at Bungie to share some of the finer details of the stuff that we're going to be getting into today. So, how about we go ahead and get into it so we can show you what we got. Starting first with this gentleman
Is that better?
on my right and to your left is someone that you've probably seen if you've tuned into our streams before or Vidocs, the one and only Mr. Robbie Stevens, Assistant Game Director here at Bungie. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Andy. It's always a pleasure to spend a day with you.
Yeah, it's been a nice time, honestly, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
always.
to that end as well, for anyone that doesn't get to hang out as much
Okay.
as we do, can you tell everyone at home a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, I'm trying to adjust
I'm
the
one of the creative and
volume
game
levels so that
directors
it's,
for the game, so
uh,
that means like I'm a vision holder and I work across
good for everyone
the
and coming
entire
through on
Destiny
stream.
team with people like Allison and Dylan on the couch here to chart a new course for Destiny and a new future for the game, and just incredibly excited to be sharing with everyone today of what we've been up to.
Yeah, can't wait. We've got a big show ahead, so thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course.
And of course, as we move, pardon me, right on down the line, someone who again has also had the good opportunity to join us on these streams as well, and is now firing some finger guns like a pro. Destiny's narrative director, the one and only Allison Lures. Allison,
Hello.
how's it going?
It's going so good. I'm here on a couch and I get to yell about Destiny with you. So
Not
it's a
bad
good day.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take that anytime I can. Well,
Same.
for anyone who also hasn't had a chance to yell on couches about Destiny with us or hasn't joined us in the past,
Yeah.
do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Allison. I'm the narrative director for Destiny 2, and so that means it's the job of me and my team to make you laugh and make you cry and make you go, whoa, I totally forgot about this thing from 8 years ago. How did they remember? It's because we're good at our jobs.
It's true.
So there you go.
Yeah. As someone who gets to sit in on the writers' rooms, I can now doubly confirm that. So thank
we
you
love
for being
having you
here.
there.
It's so much
Yeah.
fun. No, seriously, thank you so much. And of course, as we move right on down the line, the gentleman there at the very end of the couch, someone who is a friend to all Guardian kind, who's known far and wide, a member of the Destiny Global Comms team here at Bungie, Mr. Dylan Gaffner. How's it going, Dylan?
It's going well. How are you, Andy?
Doing so well. Thank you so much for.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie,
It's- I
Dylan's
appreciate
always
any
got
help I can get. Well,
these
to anyone out there who
nice,
may not have
like,
accosted you on the
lumberjack
world of
dad
social media
vibes.
Or is just somehow meeting you for the first time, do you mind telling us about what you do here at Bungie?
My name is Dylan Gaffner, formerly community team, where we would go out, collect your
Like,
feedback.
I feel like if Dylan wasn't
the,
community
FT,
lead for
and then bring
Bungie,
your
he'd be
information
out
to
in the
kind of
redwoods
do
just
that
cutting
in a
down
way.
lumber.
Now I'm on Global Comms, so I'm going to be in more of like a puzzle piece organization stage of what do we talk about, when do we talk about it, why do we talk about it, and then just
And he'd be
making sure we get
damn
the
good at it,
information out
too.
to all players.
Yeah, well, we all appreciate it. Thank you for always being the voice of the player inside our hallowed halls. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, well, now that we've kind of got the intros out of the way, let's talk about our new saga. Robbie, I'd love to start with you. What's up next in Destiny, and where are we exploring?
Yeah, so our first expansion this year, The Edge of Fate, is the start of a brand new multi-year saga called the Fate Saga. And so
Okay.
we want to tell a story.
So we got
about
Light and Dark, and now we
something
got Fate.
About the nature of fate itself. Are we bound by it? Can we fight it? Because before the Traveler ever arrived
Exactly.
in our solar system,
Exactly,
there's already space
Exclared.
magic here, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so ultimately, this is a story that we're going to explore one of Destiny's biggest mysteries and the foundations of the universe itself.
You're talking about the Nine, aren't you?
Who
Yeah.
told you?
I think it's
Subtle,
How did
I
you
know.
guess?
Yeah.
Lift you off.
We did such a good job with this secret.
Really buried that lead, didn't we?
Yeah.
just a little bit.
That's, but I mean, to that end, so who and maybe more appropriately, what are the Nine?
Yeah, so buckle up. In the
Okay, here we go.
simplest description possible,
Here we go.
The Nine are extraordinarily powerful beings that have been in the solar system for way, 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 way longer than the Traveler. We can think of them as being kind of connected to each of the major celestial bodies in Sol. So that's each of our 8 planets plus the Sun. Sorry, Pluto.
It's messed up.
Okay.
All right, fair.
I don't make the rules. Yeah, there we
Okay.
go. But the important thing to know about them is that this is why we're going to be so focused on the solar system for the next saga. We want to ask questions about our home that we've never asked before.
Yeah. So
Okay.
when it comes to the Nine, obviously, Eagle-Eyed Guardians.
I'm sure
have
Bife is
a lot of
going
references to them.
ecstatic right now that he's got like a more genuine lead about them being tied to the celestial
Can you tell us
bodies.
a little bit maybe about what we should expect from them?
Expect to be surprised. correct. We're like you said, the lore of the Nine really ranges from like Star Horse infinitely neighing to the Nine doing genuinely awful things in our lore. And so the important thing to know about them is that the Nine are individuals. This isn't a collective. It's not like a hive mind. Each of them are kind of their own being.
It's like a
their own
council.
person in the loose definition of a person.
There's like 5 working for us and 5 against us. It's like
they can ally with different members and fight.
like the
with different
judges of the
members, too.
universe.
In the words of one of our characters really early on, there are aliens, and then there's aliens, and then there are aliens, and that latter one is what the Nine are qualified as.
Fair enough.
Apt
All right, so
description.
beings of obviously immense power.
Very
The
apt
Guardians
description.
Have gone toe to toe with in the past. We've even faced off against the very embodiment.
You know, there's
of the Guardians
aliens,
themselves.
there's
What can you tell
aliens,
them, Matt?
and then
So
there's
this is something that we
aliens.
think about a lot about because ultimately the Nine seek to free themselves at no matter the cost to humanity, and because they're extra dimensional in the ways that Allison are describing, they're not bound by the same rules that we are, that we've really experienced before in the game today. And so humanity and the Guardians
They are the
many
sole
of them
Supreme
are
Court.
ultimately just bugs that can be squashed on, that they don't really care or think about beyond achieving their ultimate goals. So
Yeah, I mean, like, for the last 10 years, Guardians have really
I want to
just
know
been
what
making
this
their
like
own
pulsing wave is.
So
Is it
the Nine
supposed to
challenging
be
that. How are
like
we going to deal with it?
Yeah,
flickers in time,
whether we
or
like
is
or not,
it
the Nine
flickers
have a
in
plan for
reality?
us. And like you said, Guardians are really good at making their own fate and going out and deciding who they want to be. But what happens when them deciding to make our own fate is exactly what our fate is? Like, what if that was the plan all along? These are extra-dimensional beings. That means they perceive our reality in a very different way and can interact with it in a very different way.
It's like they're a move ahead in chess.
Weird.
What a reference. But you were mentioning, obviously the Fate Saga is one of the subjects of today. How long can we expect the Fate Saga to last?
Yeah, so the Fate Saga is going to play out over several years, and ultimately, we know where we're driving this car. We know where we're going with it. But the conclusion of the Edge of Fate itself is going to leave you with more questions than answers, and it's going to be the catalyst into this new multiverse.
Everyone in their
Because we really wanna
collective
return
Destiny
to be,
body
a
just
game about big
went,
questions. Right? And so the way we think about this is about
more
pouring
questions than
into the speculation
answers.
engine of the game. So we're going to be revealing a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, and many of them we're not going to be answering.
This is all sick, by the
immediately,
way.
because
All
we're
that
gonna be
concept
telling
art
the
was
story
really,
over
really
multiple
cool.
Expansions, and we're going to be giving you those expansion beats more times than we have before in the past. And so
I do
the year
also like
obviously
that-
kicks off with the Fate Saga, and with
Fate
it,
Saga,
humanity
okay.
is now set on a collision course with this celestial pantheon of the system that has been here for a very
That's
very
a
long
better way to
time.
put
And
it. Celestial
the Edge of Fate
Pantheon.
launches on July 15th. And then the second expansion of our year,
I have 40
Prophecy,
chests
is
in my brain, I
Renegade,
can't
which
take it.
comes this winter. And then later in 2026, we've got Shattered Cycle and
Renegade,
Alchemist.
Shattered
It's a
Cycle,
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of exciting beats. And so again, the Edge of Fate is just the beginning
Alchemist,
of this long journey
okay.
of this awesome vehicle. We're all
So I guess those are
jumping
the
together, and it's gonna take us
episodes
to
or
some new places.
seasons or whatever they're
So,
calling them
with
now.
regards to the Edge of Fate right here in front of us, you were also nice enough to bring the class something today. You've got some gameplay with you,
Oh
right?
yeah, we got some clips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should,
Yeah, before they get into
show those on
gameplay. So
the
I like that they have a
Yeah, check
direction
it out.
for this one instead of it being just kind of like, oh, what are we going to do with this, you know? Ooh, hang on. What's a streetcar?
Connect. Conceal. Guardian, I had a vision. Conform. Comply. Return. They just wanted to show us disasters. Observe. Connect. Conceal. I'm not human anymore. Return. Conform. Comply.
Yo, this is sick!
This feels like.
What the fuck are those things? Huh? Okay, Storm's Edge.
Enough. Terminate.
Ooh,
Commander.
that's sick.
Remove your scornful blindfold.
Looks like a high. Oh, they got jetpacks! Oh shit! Oh, they got shields on their, like, pike spears too. That's crazy. Did that warlock go invisible? Did it just like? This was crazy. This was
All That
crazy.
gives us an awful lot to go ahead and continue to dive into. And
Oh, I'm
here to help
so
us go ahead and
stoked
explore a little
now.
bit more of it. Everyone, you probably know
That looks so different than anything that we've seen
privileged to be joined by someone who's the originator
in
of
this
perhaps my
game.
favorite
Like, there
all-time
was
Destiny
so
emote,
many.
the one and only Dave
Love
Samuel,
Dave
art director
Samuel.
here at Bungie.
Love
Dave,
Dave
how's it going, man?
Samuel.
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. For anyone who maybe for some reason somehow doesn't have that emote in their collection or hasn't seen you in a past Vidoc, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, I'm art director on Edge of Fate. I work with the art team to visualize the narrative and design and kind of bring it all together.
It's a lot to bring together. Thank you very much for being here today.
Yeah.
So with the Edge of Fate, it's obviously the first expansion in the Fate saga. Allison, I'd love to start with you, actually. What can you tell us about the Edge of Fate?
The Edge of Fate begins with an invitation, and we are invited along with a very specific group of people to
Dude, those I'm just thinking about those vandals that had the jetpacks. They reminded me a lot of the jetpack elites from Halo, and I'm so glad.
And so you may be saying, now Allison, hold your horses
Wait.
for a second, because the Kepler I know is the one that's way outside of our galaxy.
Yeah.
What do you mean we're going to Kepler? And I say, like, dear friend, didn't you know if you look inside in Destiny's universe, the Oort cloud at the edge of the solar system, you'll find a little planetoid that also happens to be named Kepler here in the world of Destiny. And that's where we're going to Kepler.
Okay.
Super exciting. And this is kind of a, Robbie, we were talking kind of before this.
Yeah, the
like
skybox,
like a first taste of something
like,
new, right?
it reminds me a little bit of Neo Muna without the futuristic city, like the skybox and the earthy materials, but then you've also got like the Vex materials, and you've got this like ethereal light coming up. You've got these like
from things like Dreaming City,
almost like
exotic
spore
missions, dungeons, and
pores
it's
down
wrapping it all
below.
through a Metroidvania expired experience. And so at the heart of all of this,
Metroidvania?
at the heart of the Edge
Ooh,
of Fate
okay.
is a player
I like Metroid.
exploration and discovery of an exotic world with brand new abilities.
So actually to even just maybe dig a little bit deeper, like how is the Edge of Fate going to be different from past expansions that we've made for Destiny?
Yeah, so at the global scale, when we're thinking about expansions in the Year of Prophecy and the formula of Destiny expansions going forward, first off, we're doing 2 expansions a year instead of just 1. And think of each of these.
Feels like a mix of all the
expansions as
environments
little
we've
big
seen,
of
but
something
somehow
like a
still
Rise of
stays
Iron from
cohesive.
D1. And
to
so
it seem,
both of these
yeah.
expansions
Look at these
combined
guys.
Are going to be even more expansion content than we've done in the past. And by delivering 2 of
This
these
is
a year,
crazy.
we're upping the pace.
Corsair?
of major
Okay.
and story events that really matter to players.
Yeah, they hover in the air. They're
Fate
flying
saga
enemies,
forward.
just
And so,
like
we're
the
trying to
Grim.
do things,
Okay.
Which each of these expansions, and so.
Well, looking at the
alongside
bottom,
this new destination of Kepler,
did you
this
see the
exotic
special
world
and the heavy at the
as well,
bottom?
Explore with brand new.
Is that
abilities. We
a
also have
visual
world
indicator of
tiers.
how
The world
quickly
tiers
you
allow
can
to take on a
proc a
higher level
brick?
challenge on the destination in order to attract some.
Is that your brick proc?
Within the release. But what's cool about world tiers is as
And
you play
then
through
these
the
guys
story,
with
you play
the
through first couple of world tiers,
strand
you're
pike
going to
shield
unlock later
looking
world tiers.
things.
And
Those
as
are
you're claiming
sick.
abilities, as you're exploring the world more, as you're discovering more within the release, you're putting these puzzle pieces together and you're figuring out how to solve all the mysteries on Kepler with different ways. And so you might play a puzzle
so
in one
secrets
way,
and
mission in
puzzles.
one
I
way,
love
and
it. I love
entire
it.
World tiers in the post game, you can start to solve these problems in different ways that you couldn't before.
Bungie would
in
never
the
give us a
original
jetpack like that,
and
cowards
so,
that they are.
Alongside all of this, we're
Just
also
throw
gonna
on
have
heat
a ton
rises
of
and be a
quest
warlock.
content that we're rethinking about how
Basically
we
a jetpack.
use within the game. And so on
Titans have a
Kepler, there's some
jetpack,
non-linearity
kinda.
within the
Their lift is like a
destination
jetpack.
itself. And so
But I
instead of
get
a lot
what
of
you're
our
saying.
side
Like,
quest
you wouldn't
content
be able to
that
have
is,
the
related to the critical path,
omnidirectional
you don't have to
control
play. It's
of
there for
those
you
types
to
of
discover. It's driven by your
jetpacks.
discovery of the world. You're out in the field, you discover something, and you pick it up, and that's
It would
gonna
be
help you
sick,
explore
though.
the characters
So
and the
OP, but it
world
would be
of
sick. Oh. Hello? What?
implementation and some radical changes.
Okay.
And so that's what
There
we're
we
seeing
go.
here with the first taste of the Edge of Fate.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Minecraft Elytra S movement?
I love everything
Exactly.
you just said. I was a little distracted by
Exactly.
some of the gameplay we were showing, like exotic sniper rifle. I think I saw. Kind of recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
Some enemies with a couple really cool twists. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But then also there was a guardian that turned into like a lightning ball. Yeah.
Yeah, what was that about? The warlock turned into
there's
just a
multiple new
ball of
abilities,
lightning.
that your players are going to be able to discover on Kepler that's going to make them navigate and look at the world in different ways. But the one you're talking
I
about,
love the
Dylan, we
giant
see it as our, like, our
frickin'
premier ability, the
battleship
ground release, and that's called
looking
Magic
thing
Spark.
just
and, you know,
in
Dave
the
has joined us,
background
and he's,
there.
helps us take the vision of the narrative. and
It's
the
such a
design of the art and
statement
smush it
piece in
together
the
and
in the
make experiences.
landscape.
So I think Dave should talk to us more about Matter
Yeah,
Spark.
please.
Yeah. So there's this new source of energy on Kepler, this strange dark matter.
There's the matter that everyone was looking for.
So the Guardian binds itself to the dark matter using the arc power.
Oh, come on. What are we doing here? Come on.
Within. You can think of the dark matter as like a medium, and the arc as this catalyst that
What
will
the
allow you
hell?
to completely change form. Transforming into Matter Spark lets you squeeze into tight areas, race.
What are we
around
playing,
areas, run over
Splatoon?
stuff, and it also allows you to turn into this basically electric rolling ball of death.
We're the fucking
jolting and
Splatoon
shocking enemies
characters.
that come across your path.
So obviously, one big part.
Oh my
movement,
God,
one big
this is
part
awesome.
combat. I mean, even just in addition to that, to look a little bit, wider.
This
like,
is
how does Matter Spark
crazy.
kind of influence the world that we're going to be inhabiting.
Yeah, the team really had to rethink what it means to build a destination with these abilities in mind. A simple hill becomes a ramp to get to a new space. A crack in the wall, it basically will reveal a whole new area to
got bulb.
explore. It's also a new way to engage
Ooh.
with enemies. Instead of taking a bunch of enemies head on, you can find a Matter Spark pad, transform, turn into this electric ball of death,
Ooh,
and
okay.
then just like start racing around the arena, dash over their heads, and flank from behind, and then really.
I feel like this
give
was
House of Exile
this is
a
a more fleshed out version of
As
like,
will
this
be.
is insane. This is crazy.
So what are some of the other Kepler abilities that we'll be able to unlock while we're out there as well?
Yeah, so each of these Kepler abilities are a mix of dark matter.
Reuse
and
Ghost
our
Crush
Guardian's
animation.
powers. So we have the relocate
Yeah, but like
cannon,
the
which is
Metroid
this
ball
new
animation going through the pipes,
dark
that's
matter tech
crazy.
mixed with void. This is going to allow you
This
to
is like,
bypass laser walls,
I feel like
use these
Egregore
cascading relay
in Season of the
networks,
Haunted was like
and
the
just basically
setup
teleport around the
for
world.
like a proof of
Another
concept for
ability
mechanics
that
like
we have
this.
is
This feels
matter
very
morph.
Egregore,
This is
like,
dark matter mixed with strand, allows you to manipulate the environment.
dude,
You'll
we're
be able
playing
to
fucking Monkey
basically
Ball,
push and morph and
Metroidvania
move,
games.
Geometry
It
to create
is
bridges,
sick.
open up doorways, and then also reveal secrets and new opportunities.
Yeah, so what's really important
Powering
about what
those
Dave
things up?
described
Okay.
when we were thinking about building this world, it was all about like, hey, here's this new tool to navigate and see the world in a different way and solve little puzzles and mysteries throughout the missions, the free roam, and the quest content, and beyond. But also what was really important to us is that we lean into Destiny's first class.
All right, give me one
ability.
second. My cat is
And so with Matter
screaming
Spark, like
at
Dave
the
was
door.
mentioning, you're jumping, you're dashing into enemies to destroy them, you're doing giant explosions with them with the Relocator Clan, and you're just blowing everything up with void explosions and graviton lance style like projectile, little secret projectiles.
Okay.
And then what's really fun about Mattermorph is you can just be like throwing these strange shurikens basically to just like delete an encounter before you.
Did
then,
he
like,
say
start to morph the
shurikens?
environment around you and move to the next area. And so it's just really exciting I'm incredibly excited about watching players just like solve puzzles and fight encounters in ways that like we don't even expect yet, and see how they take on the destination. And just like I really want to emphasize, you're going to be upgrading these, and when you get into especially the post-game experience, it's going to unlock. There's something unlocks with Matter Spark that really changes the way that you can play through the entire destination.
Ooh, okay.
So when we're talking
Okay.
about dark matter.
Yes.
We have darkness abilities like strand and stasis already. Like, how is dark matter different?
Yeah, so dark matter and darkness are two completely separate things. They're completely different things.
Okay,
but
whatever.
Dark matter does exist in our world. In the world of Destiny, we know it as being tightly connected to the Nine. It's what the Nine are actually made out of. In our
They're
world,
made of
dark
dark
is invisible.
matter?
You can't really
What?
see it. And it wouldn't be very fun to make a destination where there's an invisible thing that you can't actually see. So lucky for us on Kepler, there's a bioluminescent microbe that allows us to see all of this substance that's impacted this world so much. It allows us to see how it's impacted the plant life.
Yeah, look at
how
all
it's
the
impacted
fun stuff.
behavior of the peoples that we're going to
Isn't that
encounter.
crazy?
And we can see how it has been able to bring these things that are kind of unstuck in time into this current location.
I do have to put on my drifter hat for just a second and, like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Dark
real
matter,
questions.
smells
A
and
man of
tastes
principle.
Like bleach and math.
Bleach and math. All right, all right.
Flavor.
Yeah.
Get it with a sandwich today after.
It's zesty. I
Yeah,
like
should be
it.
good. Actually, so on the topic too of stuff in the trailer as well, we heard someone talking there. Can you tell us who that was?
Sure, that was Lodi. Lodi is a new character that we're introducing in Apollo.
Okay.
Not in Apollo, we're introducing him in the Edge of Fate.
I'm not gonna lie.
I want to give a special shout out
He
to
looks
Brian Villalobos,
like
who
a
portrays
character
Lodi and does a
from-
spectacular job. This character is fascinating.
He looks
He's
like
kind of a fish out of water.
the nerd
but the fun thing about
character
tropes is to
from,
kind of put a twist on them, right? So
Black
what
Ops
if
2
that fish that we
Zombies.
pulled out
He
of the
looks
water was
like
the most qualified
the
fish
dude
to be
from-
pulled out into the air.
what is it,
It's
Half-Life
down for
2
anything. And
maybe?
what if that fish was kind of made to be pulled out
There's
of the
my
water?
favorite white boy.
I don't want to give away too much because this character is way more fun for the players to figure out what his deal is. But I will
He looks
say
like
that Lodi is
he has a very
far
Very fair, very excited.
stereotypical
I do have
face
too,
model
before
to
we
him.
started this,
Like I've
you and
definitely
Robbie were talking
seen
about
that
how Lodi is
face
like
model
a
look
Notice Me
Oh
character.
yeah. Robbie
shape
wanted a
before.
senpai. Yeah.
I
It
wanted
looks
someone
very
that I just wanted to
familiar.
Spend a bunch of
Yeah.
time with on this new adventure we're going on.
Yeah, a friend that we can look up to.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Notice me.
Notice
Notice
Me
Me.
Lodi.
Yeah, of course.
He
It
will,
writes
he will.
itself, or rather, Allison does. So with regard
Twitch, don't you be doing these games? Don't you be doing these
to
games?
the characters as well.
Here we
so is
go.
it a whole new cast of characters in the Edge of Fate?
No, we're going to see some new faces like Lodi and other characters, but we're also going to see some familiar ones too. Ikora is here. The stakes are high enough that she's here investigating what's going on. And
I
as
love
it
his
turns out, in
look.
One of our major mysteries, she's kind of at the center of it. She was invited here, as was Lodi, same as we were.
He's got a crazy
So the way
armor design
yeah,
too.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like
The
what they
way we
did
think
with
about
him.
This is about all these characters. Their fates are intertwined in some
Yes.
way. There's these puppet masters that have been pulling the strings for a very long time in order for everyone to get here at this moment. And so, as a guardian and these characters involved, they're going to have to decide if they're fight your fate. Like that's
watching
what we
the
think
stream.
about. For these individuals, that's what they're going to have to go through and determine about how they can stand up to this new conflict that's surrounded by the Nine, because they are fated to be here. And what does that mean for them, and what does that mean for their future and the future of Soul itself?
So with regard to these new characters and this world we find ourselves in, was there anything about that setting, or in particular, that really influenced the creation, rather, of this world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, I'll give you a list of fun facts. First off, if you've been paying attention to Destiny over the last week or so, you already know that there's been people on Kepler for a long time. That's an old-ass computer that you were putting those numbers into. We also know that the Vex are here. They're studying the Nine, because turns out the Nine can do something that the Vex can't. As Dave mentioned, the House of Exile are also here. They've become fixated on a being that they call the Giver. And kind of most important,
So it looks like it's going to be very
the
Vex
dimensionality
and
on Kepler is very
Fallen
thin. So
themed.
the three dimensions that we can know and see and touch are very close to the realm that the Nine live in. And that means some things from Earth's past have been yanked into Kepler's present.
Exciting.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, so we've been talking about invitations throughout this, and we need to call out an invitation that's actually going to be waiting in the game after this is over. Ride of the Nine.
No
begins
Nine-themed enemy
today.
race? No.
So I believe we have a
Unfortunately.
trailer to show.
Yeah, you were nice enough to bring a trailer along. I'll go ahead and give it a look really
Yeah,
quickly.
let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Ooh. Oh, Ride of the Nine, right. That shader is so sick. Sick.
All right, so that's Ride of the Nine, which
Yeah.
is our essential prologue story for the Edge of Fate. And these
Okay,
three
so it's gonna be
dungeons,
like
that
Into
we
the
have
Light
featured in this
and,
event are free
um,
for all players starting today. And so what's really important about this is that these dungeons are both for veteran
what was the
dungeon
one that
crawlers,
went into,
hardcore raiders, people who've been in these places a lot, but
Lightfall?
also new guardians,
Can't remember.
guardians who have never stepped into a dungeon before, right? What was really important for us when we were developing Rite of the Nine was that we are changing the formula on how we can think about.
Was
how
there
we
one
can
that went
welcome
into
even
Lightfall? No, there
even
wasn't.
more people into.
There was
these
just the one that went
experiences. And so you're
into.
gonna be able to go it solo.
It was just
buffed
into
up,
the
and
light. Yeah.
explore a dungeon by yourself, or go and match made with other fire team members, shoulder to shoulder, for the very first
Oh, it's my
time.
favorite part of
But
Ghost of the
don't worry,
Deep
because we
dungeon.
also have the higher
Down.
level challenge for our veteran, our hardcore dungeon crawlers, where you're going to be able to earn the best possible loot, exclusive rewards, and also an exclusive title as part of Rites of the Nine. What's also really important about this event for being a prologue for the Edge of Fate is that it really reintroduces the emissary into the game, and you're going to learn.
Of course, it pauses right there. Oh no! Come on.
How our Destiny expansions are changing the formula for Destiny going forward.
And I can't go back.
So now I think
Oh well.
it's time for us to start talking about how the core hobby of Destiny is changing going forward. The day-to-day of playing Destiny, week over week experience.
Okay,
We've got,
gameplay,
someone else on the
gameplay.
couch here to help us talk about that.
We have an expert in that very subject now who's gone ahead and joined us on the couch. We are now joined by the one and only Mr. Ben Womack, creative director here on Destiny. Ben, how's it going, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be here. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, seriously.
There is a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good conversation we have coming up.
Yes.
But before we get into that, can you tell us just a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah. So I'm the Destiny 2 creative director for the core game, or the core hobby, as we call it.
Yeah.
And it has to do with all parts of the game, everything from Edge of Fate, through our seasons, through the fundamental systems. And in particular, like Robbie's saying, I've been focusing on thinking about the kind of building blocks of Destiny 2 and getting those, like, not only
Oh, come
but
on.
also transformed and iterated on.
Stupid
and some
Wi-Fi.
Really exciting new places.
Nice. Well, let's go ahead and just start at the top. Can you tell us a little bit about what the core formula of Destiny is changing and why?
Yes. So I think I need to start with the why first, because it's important to think about what is Destiny, what is great about Destiny. And Destiny is best when you have awesome chases that you're excited about. You have really cool, powerful builds to make, and there's a mountain to climb that's right in front of you that you want to climb. You're like, I want that mountain. It looks pretty cool. And the thing that is not always true right now in Destiny is
That mountain is pretty cool.
As a kid, players don't have as much agency.
I think I
We
have
want
the
to be
coolest
player-driven.
mountain.
We want to be more rewarding than we are, because right now there are barriers to playing Destiny in the best way, and those barriers are insurmountable sometimes. So think about that whole picture of, okay, what is the Destiny that we really want, that has been in the past, that we also want to get back to, and where we want to go for the future. That's where all the changes you're going to see have started, at their inception point. So it's a big piece of the pie.
Massive updates coming across so many systems of the game, and we're
All
just,
right.
this is we're just getting in, digging into the surface.
Yeah. I mean, to that same end, then, how are we making it easier? Pardon me, to go ahead and just get straight into the fun.
Oh no, let's do it, because that's exactly what we want to do.
We have a
The first thing you're gonna see
new
when
player
you log into
experience.
Destiny with Edge of Fate. You're going to log in your character and see your ship in orbit. It's going to say, it's not going to say open director. It's going to say open portal. And the portal is our new front page of the game. We're trying to get you to the fun as fast as possible and as few clicks as we can. We even have Edge of Fate there in the corner, so that it's right immediately there. No fumbling around with the map to get to it, really. And we're also taking other big parts of the game, the ritual game and for seasons, and putting them into these ops categories. So the idea is that we're having these different ops for different moods.
So we've
We're
got
having
the
solo ops,
event. You can go to the
we have
tower.
fire team ops. We have pinnacle ops,
There's
and of course,
incoming
we have
events,
crucible ops.
seasonal
It's
hub
still
over on
super
the
important for the game.
right. Quick launch the
to start off at the
campaign.
top, can you tell us a little bit more about what solo ops
And then I
yeah,
guess
so
the
solo
different ops
solo
are.
ops is exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
It is.
I guess if you go to the world, you could
solo
see
players.
all the different
And
planets and
the
destinations.
conception
But
point
the
of that
portal is kind of
was
like
we want to make activities for players who
where you
have a
go
small
to
amount of
quickly
time,
log into
that they wanna
load
play
into
in,
things
and
without
they don't necessarily
sifting
want
through
to
the menus.
have dependencies on other players, but they still want to get in there and
Okay, so
10 or
fire
15
team
minutes
ops,
and get some real
quick
progress.
play,
Yeah, get some
advanced,
loot, get
expert,
some loot,
master.
and get your character forward and feel like,
Okay.
I played some Destiny and that was great. And even if you don't feel like playing with other people, that's fine, because we have an activity type that is designed for one player.
Excellent. So, I mean, to that same end, what are some other ways that we can play and have fun using Portal as well?
Yeah, so Robbie actually has a great way of talking about this. So.
Yeah, some of the North Star that is what we talk about when we were developing the portal early on was where are we headed with this thing? And ultimately, it's play your way. It's giving players more agency, more personal drive to figure out how they want to engage with the power climb and the new progression systems coming and our seasons. And so the entirety new progression and power climb is now all available to you in the portal at your fingertips in one place. It's really easy to find, really easy to jump in. Anything you play inside of that category is any of those categories is gonna help you make progress. And so, because we want Destiny to be welcoming not only to new players, but also old players who are coming back to the game to join us with the Edge of Fate. And we also want this to be like a new even playing field for everyone. And so as part of this is a commitment from us as part of the core hobby and all the seasonal content we're building, that we're going to be continually investing in this, right? We're going to be continually updating this over time for years to come. And so, you're asking me directly, like, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
Ben mentioned solo ops. We also have the fire team ops and pinnacle ops. Both these are more around playing with other fire team members, shoulder to shoulder, where fire team ops are more quicker sessions. There are some longer form things in it too, but then pinnacle ops are more about those really long form or more challenging kind of focused activities like exotic missions, for instance. And so, and then the one thing we haven't talked about yet very deeply. But
So it seems like they're just kind of bundling all of the reward tiers into different activities, which I like because it's difficult to go and find what you have to do to go get pinnacles or power gear on the map at a given time. So having a quick playlist to be like, I want to go earn this type of reward.
Yeah. Which, like, I know you, Dylan, too. I know you're that way.
Oh, and they even like post the rewards up on the activity too. Show if it's locked or whatever.
Earn some of the highest tier loot that's also available.
I guess that little timer thing is the streak as well.
My player type or
The
other
game
folks out in the
streak.
community, like they want to go in, they want to jam on PvP, but then their friends invite them to do a dungeon or a higher tier activity, and they're like, oh wait, I need to grind a long time to get up to power. Now through PvP, they can get up to power, and you can just bring them into that PvE experience and have a fun time with each other.
Yeah.
So.
That's honestly how I primarily played D1, so I'm really looking forward to that. So it sounds like the core, obviously, of what you guys are talking about, play the way you want to play, is right at the center of all of it. What if I really want to challenge myself, push myself?
Oh yeah,
That's
important to us.
Yeah. So
Depth's important to us.
well, deathbit also.
All right, the challenging stuff, the challenging stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we really want to give agency. That's one of the things. Player driven towards loot and challenge. And so we have a really hugely expanded activity customization system. We have a lot more difficulty levels, and we have a ton of new modifiers. We have 50 new modifiers,
hell yeah.
modifiers that we've released in the past that are going to make this big curated web of options for you to experience any of the PvE content in the curator. And so, like, we have.
Oh, why you gotta pause right there? Come on, pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, come on.
And you're going to then make a mix that's actually going to change the way you play and be pretty interesting, and sometimes be the way you prefer you play. Like, there's a new boon called Grappler that I personally love. It's kind of my preferred way to play, where they give you 3 grapple grenades.
No, I love all the added difficulty stuff. That looks
They
awesome.
recharge super fast. So any build you want, you could now Spider-Man around.
I love it when things get harder.
It's actually super fun.
It's so fun. Yeah, and I mean, like, what's at the heart of what Ben is talking about is what we kind of call the virtuous cycle, right? Where you're going to be crafting your build, tinkering with the activity, looking at like how you can earn a higher tier of reward by taking on a higher challenge. And as you earn better loot, you're looking towards that next mountain to climb just ahead of you all the time. And so this is really about how far you want to push yourself upwards within the portal itself. But also, we also are thinking about the people, and that's the depth, right? That's the depth of the challenge that we're talking about. That's also, but we're also thinking about the people who don't have as much time to play with like solo ops, and also if you're scared of modifiers or you're scared of customizing these activities.
Or you just don't feel like
doing it. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great way to describe it. Thank you. We have a bunch of quick play options, right, Ben?
Yeah, quick play options, and we actually have matchmaking and fire team ops.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And we have fire team finder, and so you're able to like really choose kind of what you're in the mood for.
Oh yeah, we technically have matchmaking across every activity that exists.
Except for solo ops, because that's solo.
Right.
But yes,
But
otherwise,
in the fire
aside
teams
from
or
that
pinnacle
one.
ops, it's
I mean, it's not necessarily like a
You have options
new
to
thing
play
that
with
they're
yourself or
creating
with other
with
people.
the
Oh, actually,
agency.
really
They
fun
already
part is you
had
can
like
play a
difficulty
story by
options
yourself
and
as
difficulty
hard as you want to do.
selectors.
Yeah.
They're just
Fun.
increasing
Well, you're talking about like,
more.
all the different boons and combinations. I think at one point you were saying around 50 or something like that.
Like we already
Those are
had
new ones.
player
The new
agency
ones. So
to
it's
a
like,
degree
you
when it
can
came
take those
to
into
selecting
solo ops.
difficulty
Like, we're talking about this
options.
being kind of leisurely, bite-sized
It just
activities,
was
if you want to take it and say,
a little
I don't want Money Hut
incoherent.
Junior, I want like esoteric level solo hardest thing in
But
the
I wonder if
world.
they're going to change up the
You can kinda
reward
customize and do
system
that.
too.
Let's do
Like,
it from
does
the
that
very
mean
start
that they're
if we
going
want
to make
And the,
Depends on how deep you want to go.
some higher tier
and the
rewards
point is that you're
available
going to,
at
like,
lower
stretch that
tier
far and
activities
want the
just to
reward to feel
play
worthwhile.
Yeah.
longer?
Yeah, you want
I don't
to
think
feel
that's
as you
a
push
good
yourself,
idea.
You are rewarded for it. That is something that's really important to the vision here for the portal. Yeah.
Rewards, huh?
Rewards. There are a lot of rewards, aren't there?
It's funny you mentioned it. Yeah, you know, we've
Maybe they'll
got
mention
influence
it.
modifiers,
Maybe they'll mention
but,
it here.
Let's talk about gear for a little bit here.
Yeah.
What's changing about loot, and why should Guardians care?
Yeah, so like talking about chases and mountains and builds, like gear's at the center of all of that. And we actually have two giant gear changes I'm gonna like put in two little buckets for us to talk about.
Yep.
The first one is Armor 3.0. And the next one is gear tiers. And so like talking about Armor 3.0 first, we are probably making the biggest change ever since Shadowkeep.
It's
around
huge.
the system. It's
Yeah,
enormous.
It's a huge change.
Yeah, so like we're adding set bonuses, which
Okay,
is a
so
long
health,
requested
class.
feature, for all
You still
the
have
armor
discipline,
that you
intellect,
get,
and strength.
at Edge of Fate
Like
launch.
grenade,
And we're redoing
super,
all the stats
melee.
on armor. Where they can now like exceed 100.
Yeah.
Beyond 100.
Go beyond 100 for extra bonuses.
Yep.
We're going to every single piece of new legendary armor that drops is going to have.
So instead
all the
of it
energy filled in, so
being,
you can build it right away, and it's going to essentially,
mobility,
like, there's more features,
resilience,
actually, that I could talk about. I don't think I'm allowed to.
resistance,
Fair. Well, something that we can't talk about too. You mentioned gear tiers as well.
or
Yeah.
recovery.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so gear tiers are very exciting because every single legendary weapon and armor that you can get is going to have 5 gear tiers, starting from 1 going up to 5.
Oh, okay.
And like we have a 5 gear
Health,
tier
melee,
5
grenade,
piece of
super class
legs armor
weapons.
on the screen right now, and you can see that like this is like looks really cool with iconography, but it also has a ton more stats.
Your final blow with a
And-
rocket or
oh,
grenade launches
what's
sprint
that,
for a short
the
time,
energy
speed
there?
booster,
Yeah, that energy says 11.
being
and it's
suspenders
true.
slow.
Yep.
It's not a typo.
Oh,
Like,
shit, okay.
Energy is going to 11 for the higher tier armor, and so if you want that for your build crafting opportunities, it does like give you some new options you never had before. You're gonna have to challenge yourself to get more higher tier armor. And
That tier
you
system went up to 11, I'm pretty sure, too, instead of 10.
Yeah. And this is also not
Thought I
something
saw
that's just
that.
relegated to armor, right? When it comes to weapons, they're obviously getting their own refresh as well.
Yes,
I mean, what's Destiny without chasing some?
You read
hot
my mind.
weapons?
Yeah, like weapons
seriously.
are
Looked like
part
they
of the
had
player
some
experience. People, like, have a gun that they
new
love
mods in
for
there,
that
too, and why wouldn't
fashion.
they? I mean,
Then you
it's a
have
whole new system.
gunplay,
That's
right?
true, though we do have fashion for your guns a bit now.
Hey.
well, so because once you reach tier 5 for your legendary drops, you're going to be getting tier 5 weapons, and those have unique shader treatment. It's like essentially a completely different look that's going to immediately.
Oh! Why are we pausing again? Why are we pausing again? I cannot.
So
I
there's
cannot
unique
with
kill effects
this.
for tier 5 weapons that you can turn on or off if you don't want it, but your gameplay.
Yo,
will, like, show
what are
you
these
that the
upgraded
weapon
perks
that
over
is
here,
being used
too?
Is like the
That's
highest tier.
crazy.
Yeah, Giver's Blessing, which I think we're have on
Everything
screen right
here is
now,
upgraded.
sort of
There's 3
counter
stacks of
auto rifles, and
perks here.
I cannot put this thing down.
it's so good.
Yeah, when we're playing through the Edge of Fate right now, and it's what's really exciting about it for me is that like when you see that tier 5 drop, like you know immediately that's better than like a tier 3 or tier 4 weapon that you have, right? And I think that's when we talk about making Destiny easier to just jump in, find the fun, make it accessible, but also create more depth.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we're thinking about. It's like how can we just make immediate, like you understand, like okay, this is probably better than the thing I have right now, depending on what gear tier it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good example of how much time and effort is being put into these game systems to make them more like approachable. Change can be scary. There's a lot of change that's about to come to the game. We're Armor 3.0, we have so many new boons, we have a bunch of new stuff. And after 10 years of Destiny, this is going to flip some stuff on its head. So, I mean, we're going to have a bunch of blog content. We're going to have interviews with Robbie, with Ben, with more folks across the team that have been working on this. And then we'll also be elevating our creator community when they're creating guides, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a fun time. But ultimately, a big shout out and thank you to all the folks that have been coming into our studio, giving feedback early on some of these systems so they can be more approachable. And we're looking forward to all the feedback that's going to be coming after launch too. Like this is again one of our first steps into something, and then the community and we are going to build something amazing.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how much feedback we've gotten from the community summits we've been running over the last year for the Edge of Fate, and just people reaching out to the community teams and others to us. Like your feedback is invaluable. So like seriously, like thank you so much. We're making this game together ultimately.
Yeah, it's incredibly important part of the process. Like I don't think we would be able to make what we do without it.
Yeah.
Working with the community is obviously a core part. Dylan, huge thanks to you and your team, obviously, for helping to lead that charge. And in advance for the big blogs you get to write. And then also our social media team. We'll go ahead and get out the door, so go ahead and give us a follow.
I think,
across the
Ben,
board, but
you were saying you wanted to try to break the record for longest twid?
I'm more predicting we are.
Yeah. So
It's not about try, it's sustain
Okay.
things.
it's going to be a multi-month journey as we
Great.
head towards launch. So.
yeah, be a good time.
We're gonna get a
But,
whole
we've
novel.
been talking a lot about the core Destiny hobby. How does that extend into like how players are going to experience like a full year of Destiny?
Yeah, so we've been focusing on
one
improving,
second.
like changing the formula of Destiny in multiple ways. And so progressing through The Fate Saga is going to be more meaningful with 2 expansions a year. We've been talking about how focusing our seasons and on the core hobby of Destiny and that commitment.
Whoa,
to
what is
continuing
this?
Updating it, and in addition,
Ash
we're
and
gonna have
Iron,
between
Shadow
3
and Order.
major
Okay.
updates between each of our major expansions coming in the year.
Those are the
obviously,
major
and beyond.
updates.
And so ultimately, that means there's 4 big beats happening.
So we got new
in
story,
a
new
year,
locations,
2
new
expansions,
mission,
2 free major
weapons,
updates
okay.
between those expansions.
New raid,
so what
new
that means we're
dungeon.
not doing is paid
New and
seasonal
reprise
content anymore.
activities.
We're not doing separate seasonal storylines, and this also means we're not
New
building
modifiers
event
and challenges, new
activity
gear and
content that basically
artifacts.
just goes away and is less meaningful to the game after.
So
3
everything has a
months.
reward pass. So
instead
every
focusing
time we will
all of that
get
effort
new
that
exotic
used to go
weapon and
there
ornament,
instead into building up
weapons
the core
and
hobby
armor.
of the game, so the
Okay.
core hobby stays fresh.
Then these
and
guys
exciting,
are.
year round, and so ultimately, this means
These
no
guys
more
are
paywalls for seasonal
this.
content.
Those are this.
And also,
Okay.
these major updates themselves that I'm signposting.
I'm
out
putting
right
it together.
now, the size of them roughly and the inspiration for them we're thinking about is like Into the Light.
Okay.
So when you say like into the light, for folks that aren't out there, like what for a major update, how big is that? Like how do you encapsulate
Yeah,
that?
so when I say Into the Light, a lot of this is like the inspiration of what it was. And with Into the Light came a really cool theme that wrapped around all the new stuff we were building within it, but also a lot of the reprise stuff as well. And also with it came Onslaught, a new type of activity. It came with reprised exotic missions and a rethinking of how we could do like a rad style event, a raid event with the Pantheon. And so for our first major update coming a few weeks after the Edge of Fate launches, we've got Ash and Iron. Right? And so with Ash and Iron, yeah, we're going to be returning to the Plague Lands.
Returning to the Plague Lands, can't wait.
It's going to happen,
Ooh.
baby. And so that story is going to pick up from where we left off, from the Edge of Fate, and with it, we're going to have a new activity.
No
called Plague,
shot.
A brand new exotic mission, new types of pinnacle ops entering that for the first time, as well
The
as of course,
Plague Lands?
Loot to chase. We've got new gear, new rewards, and
No
2 new
shot.
exotic weapons as part of Ash and Iron as well. And again, this major update and the season, all the seasonal content going forward is free for all players.
I
All
think
activity
every,
in the player is free to play.
Very nice.
I
So
think
you've actually got
everyone
work
just
with
jumped out of their
different
seat at the
seasons
mention
as
of
well.
Plague
What are some
Lands.
of the cool things that we're going to be able to do with the season?
That's crazy.
Alongside the Edge of Fate.
Yeah, Ben has been working on this space for the team for a while now, so I'm going to kick this one to him. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to make any time the best time to hop into Destiny.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the ways we want to do that is we want to invest in events that are like accelerating the game and enhancing every part of the game, but also bringing new cool stuff. And actually, we've been working on this so long, we actually have some new cool stuff coming before the Edge of Fate.
It's a special little treat.
Yeah, special little treat. So this Friday, you can play a little event, maybe you've heard of it, called Heavy Metal, which is Tanks vs. Briggs, a new PvP mode. It's
Dude,
super fun.
I have got to
would
be
kinda wish I was
playing
playing it
this.
right now, not gonna lie. And
This
the
is
thing
so
that people at home don't
fun
know
looking.
Is we have a new reward. That's a unique thing in Destiny. If you invest in this event, if you go and play it, and it is a free-to-play event. So this reward is free to play. It is a new combat vehicle that goes in your Sparrow sled, combat Sparrow, if you will, called the Griffin. And this is a really cool, like,
nice.
combat-ready vehicle you can take anywhere. You can summon a Sparrow, you can summon it and use it to fight your enemies. And
Hell
have a really
yeah.
good time. And there's some really cool
Hell yeah.
there's some really cool build crafting things with this vehicle that I don't want to spoil right now. Let people discover, but I'm super excited for it.
Okay, so now we have sparrows with guns. Now we need to be able to have a gun on our skimmer.
Flash and the Griffin is splash.
There we go. The dad joke quota has met.
We got to get one in.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's not all, right? Ben, like, you've got more for us, don't you?
Oh yeah. So like I just said, there's more events that
Yeah.
we've been making. There's one that's going to happen right after the launch of Edge of Fate. It's called Arms Week, and it's a 1 week long event, and you're going to be focusing on one weapon archetype in Arms Week whenever it comes around.
Okay.
And this one is going to give you a new legendary weapon of that type. It's going to have some volatile mods that are there for the week that are going to be super interesting and fun to play with, and some focusing you can do. But there is a problem when you say this event is going to be about weapons and about using them.
Yeah, you got to have a place to test all that out.
Right. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Oh,
so
are we getting
I'm
a
not
testing
gonna
ground?
I need EZ this whole time. I don't know about the rest of you.
Those poor dregs.
Right?
Yeah.
But there is a
No
new one
shot.
now. We have a new feature, a long requested feature that is being added to the game with Arms Week. It is the shooting range. And the shooting range is being added to the tower. It is a now permanent addition to the game with the launch of Arms Week. We're not taking it away. And you can go there and you can try out everything in your kit.
Oh,
everything
this
built
is
with
sick.
all sorts of simulations of different kinds of of enemies and situations.
Oh
It's all real damage
my
numbers. It's
God.
It's even got a scoreboard.
It's even got a scoreboard
For you
right there.
and your fire.
Oh.
Yeah, your whole raid team can go down into the shooting range and try out, like, see exactly how well you're gonna do for some kind of boss at this range.
This is insane. This is.
Yeah, well, you're finally gonna know.
So we have a rally flag. It's not just
Thank you.
a shooting range.
Thank
like,
you.
can go beyond the firing line. and
Thank
use your
you.
abilities too.
Oh my God.
And like, if you wanted to,
This
you could,
is
even, take a
quite
prismatic
literally
turns then
the
and try that out.
single
And, you know,
greatest
well, I think the
quality
reason
of
why
life
we're not
change
seeing that right now is 'cause
in Destiny I have ever seen.
Staying on the firing line.
All about building that line.
This is
A lot of theory factors that
genuinely
have some upheavals to their Google Docs.
massive.
This will be a really
Oh
good
my
tool.
God.
As we're adding all of these different systems with gear tiering and all of that. You can go in and check those damage numbers in real time. Like, how do my stats change? How are these different gear bonuses going to affect my gameplay? You can see it in the tower now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about weapons,
That is
yeah, well, you know,
fantastic.
yeah,
Oh my
so,
God.
You know, there's more events. Of course, there's more events, and the holiday events are coming up. Where Solstice is right around the corner.
It's
as well.
summertime, right?
It's summertime. Summertime is solstice time in Destiny 2, and Solstice has some really cool twists and such that we're planning. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. I want to show you all the new holofoil treatment we have for Solstice weapons.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. This is the holofoil treatment for Solstice in 2025. It is.
It's like a beach.
so
It's
good.
amazing every time I look at it.
It's like a
it is an
beach
ocean,
kind of effect,
and
yeah.
The line, yeah. We put the ocean on a gun. How did we do that? It's beautiful. I love it.
I
And,
kind of fucks with
any
it.
kind of weapon that
That's
drops
actually
force
really, really sick.
have a holofoil.
Yeah,
no
so
matter
it could be
what
a
the
tier 1 or tier 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, any
exactly.
weapon can have the holofoil.
I wish that it
the-
didn't
like, all the tier 5
repeat
holofoil.
so
Ooh, no.
quickly.
Like that's gonna be a
I wish it
chase.
kind of looped a little bit
Our
longer,
other
but
events will also
that's
have
sick.
holofoils.
Yeah, like Arms Week you're talking
Arms Week
about.
will have its own holofoil treatment. Like we're the every event, a major event we have will have a holofoil treatment. The holidays will have their own kind of special one, but yeah, Arms Week will have their holofoil drops that you can farm as well.
Super exciting. No, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to have way too much stuff to chase down, so appreciate you guys putting all the hard work.
I
in
love
for
this
that. But I
vibe
believe-
shift. I feel like there's
one
a
more
huge
thing.
vibe shift
Yeah, I mean, we've been
with
talking a lot
going
about
into
doing
Edge of
free updates
Fate.
coming to Destiny.
It's
The-
like
the
all
portal,
the
a bunch of, different
a bunch
stuff,
of the
Edge of Fate.
community
We also have another
feedback
expansion,
that
and we
we
need Allison back
have
up on
given
the
them
couch.
is
That's
all
right.
being
Yeah, Allison.
dumped
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah,
at
we've got
once.
something very exciting, and so once again, Allison, thank you.
It's like they took all the feedback and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna do it with
I'm so
this.
excited
We're
to
gonna
do
wait
one
for
more
the big push into the new era of
So we're
Destiny.
glad that you could obviously go ahead and lead
And they
us into
just
this
didn't
one, but,
tell
You
anyone.
know, as Dylan mentioned, we've talked about the Edge of Fate, but this is the first year we're going to be doing 2 expansions
Interesting tactic.
over the course of a year. Can you tell us a little bit about Renegades?
Yeah, so we're going to have a dedicated reveal for Renegades in September alongside our major update, Ashen Iron. But earlier, we were talking about how sometimes our formulas can constrain us from experimenting and innovating. And so in that spirit, Renegades is going to be very different from the Edge of Fate.
Okay.
What I can tell you, and we'll talk plenty about it later, is that we're going to be experimenting and innovating with activities, with social mechanics.
I like
and
that.
more.
I
But
like keeping
more
it fresh.
importantly, I want to talk about our inspiration.
Figuring
And
out
so I
what
have to
works and
kinda
what
tee it
doesn't.
up
I like keeping it
first.
fresh.
So Renegades is going to be a Destiny, like definitively Destiny expansion. This is part of the Fate saga, and it's going to push it forward in important ways and introduce characters that we're going to spend time with for years to come. It is an essential Fate saga story. And it's an homage to a universe that has inspired Bungie from the start. It's
Halo?
a universe
Marathon?
that all of us here on the couch grew up with, as well as everyone else at the studio and millions of you back at home too. It is a peanut butter and combination, a peanut butter and like chocolate combination inside of what we're making that could only be possible in the kind of world that we build here. And so I am absolutely thrilled to be able to give our first sneak peek at Destiny 2 Renegades.
Ooh, sneak peek. Okay. Here we go. Skyburner's Oath. Star Wars, okay. No way. No way.
Okay, Robbie, what did we just see?
What
Yeah, so
did we
that's
just
Renegades,
see?
Which is coming out this December. And to
What are
really
we,
drive it
fucking
home
exploring
Renegades
Tatooine?
is a
What the
one-of-a-kind
hell?
Destiny experience, right? And just like we
Well, I
on
know-
the Destiny team have taken inspiration.
I know one
from
of my
other
fire team
genres
members
like
is
dark
probably
fantasy
losing
or
her
cosmic
goddamn
horror.
collective shit right now.
Renegades takes the space western vibe and aesthetic that is Star Wars, and it puts it through that Destiny lens. And ultimately,
So we're
it's
gonna get like
created, a new
lightsaber
lawless frontier
swords. That's
that is
actually
emerging
kind of
within
sick.
Seoul. And so, like, we're so excited.
Like, we got
to
the,
show Renegades off a little bit today.
The
and to be talking about
half
it
truth
more
and
in
other
future
half, which is
September
like the
alongside,
energy sword, the
major
Covenant
free
energy
update with
sword
Fashion Iron.
split apart.
But right now, today,
Now we're gonna
focused
get like
on Ride of the Nine
lightsaber
and what's right around the corner
swords.
with the Edge of Fate.
I heard a lot of calendars get marked
More
just now in
Sturm
September,
and
but no,
whatnot
super excited to share
looking
more about that in
hand
the future,
cannons.
But that actually leads us.
Like, look at
to
that! Look at that hand
conclusion
cannon and
of
tell me that
today's
doesn't look like a
show,
Sturm
which, again, we covered
knockoff.
There's been a lot today.
Yeah, this has been a big show.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, we went through a lot of it. So let's go ahead and quickly double check. We obviously went through, and the Year of Prophecy, pardon me, is going to go ahead and kick off on July 15th, and this kicks off a brand new multi-year Fate saga and our new focus on the core hobby of Destiny. The first expansion, The Edge of Fate, is going to be launching again on July 15th, as I noted, with its raid launching on July 19th.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So you're going through a lot of information. We already covered that.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you can't just sneak in a raid date. We have a new raid coming with the expansion, July 19th.
July
we're gonna have
19th,
a bunch
okay.
of logs. We're going to have the rules, regulations, all that kind of stuff for our raid race.
Of course.
We invite everybody to come in, try to go for that world first title. And yeah, I mean, just stay tuned for more details. We're not going to spoil anything. It's a raid. We got to keep it secret.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, everybody mark your calendars.
Yeah. Bungie.net is the place to go ahead and learn more. And again, follow
So
our
it's going to be
channels, do us all a favor.
before
So in
GCX,
addition
it
to
sounds
that,
like.
Again, as we noted, Ashen Iron, our first free major update, will be launching on September 9th. Renegades.
So it's going to be
launching in December, and then keep an eye again on our social channels.
raid
We provide all
weekend
the
and then
updates once they're
GCX
available.
weekend
But
right
as
after.
far as
GCX
today
is going to be
goes,
a
the Edge
massive
of Fate
party
and the entire Year
for
of Prophecy pre-orders
whoever
are
wins
available
that
starting
belt.
Right now, pre-ordering for starters the Ultimate Edition
Or trophy,
will
I
go ahead
guess.
and unlock the New Land.
Oh
Beyond.
yeah,
New
Land Beyond.
That
Okay,
exotic
okay.
Sniper.
Super
Ooh, I
excited.
can't wait, man.
I can't wait.
That actually looks really, really
That'll
cool.
be
I like the
unlockable in
redesign of
addition to
it.
Several other goodies, and also we've also got a collector's edition that'll be available. You can see here on screen it will be coming with a awful lot of very cool stuff, including this cool statue that you may have noticed here that's been sitting with us on stage. This is one that you can go ahead and add to your collection as well. But that's
Cool.
not all that's
Sick.
in there. Is there, Allison?
We got the writing team got a little excited on this one. We put a lot of lore goodies into this collector's edition.
Nice.
So, like, that weird metal thing, that weird envelope. Boy, weird. Wonder what's up with that.
Just decorative
You should
points?
probably read it. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna do a dramatic reading as soon as.
Can't wait for the bike video.
It's really
Cannot wait for the bike video and all
And
that.
then again, too, as far as today goes, Ride of the Nine. This is the essential prologue to the Edge of Fate, and like all of our events moving forward, is going to be a free to all players. So make sure and go ahead and check that out when that arrives. And before the show wraps up, make sure and stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating our good friend Sammy Cat as well. So go ahead and give her a follow. Tell her we said hello in chat. Pardon me. If you have any Twitch Prime subs or anything like that, go ahead and do us a favor. Drop it over there and check out her stream. She's going to be having a good time. But that concludes it for us here today. So for starters, huge thanks to my teammates here for joining me.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. Robbie, Allison, Dylan, of course. There we go. We got Ben, and of course, Mr. Dave Samuel. Thank you all so much for being here today. And then, of course, to the crew that puts all this on.
Thank you, everyone.
This doesn't happen by accident. Thank you all so much for all of your hard work and dealing with me on these last couple of days. And of course, to everyone at home, to all of our guardians out there in the community, thank you. It's a tremendous privilege to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on early, and it matters only if you guys show up and join us. So we really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed. And otherwise, in the meantime, until we see you again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
Sick. That reveal was awesome. I'm still losing my mind over some of the stuff that we got in the reveal. That was a crazy reveal. All right. Just close that down. All right, let's talk about some of the stuff that we got real quick. So, what did we get? That was exciting. definitely that training ground or the shooting range. That was pretty awesome. The new enemy types or variants, those were pretty sick. What else? What else was pretty cool? The destination looked pretty cool. What else? What else was really, really big? New armor and gear. What else did we have? We had the portal system. That was pretty cool. We're gonna get the new character. I mean, all in all, I think that the shooting range was probably the coolest quality of life update that I've ever seen in this game. That single-handedly was, that blew my mind. That blew my goddamn mind. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's get Destiny open. See what we're working with. When I tried to load in earlier, it was kicking me out because they were doing server maintenance. So I'm hoping that by now we'll be out of downtime. We'll see though. I guess I could also throw the music back on. Yo, Mary, what's going on? Destiny servers are not available. All right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick because I need to go after stream. But I will be right back. All right, I am back. I am back. Let's see. Nope. Still have cat. Well, we can just chill here for a little while. Wait for maintenance to be done. Let's check Twitter, actually. See when maintenance is supposed to be done. Always worth a check. Always worth the check. Every so often, I like to check to make sure it's not just me. It should be done. I don't know why it's saying it's not. Okay. Well, we'll just keep trying. Let me see if anyone else is in. Currently. Yeah, there's a couple of people that are in. See Aegis. Let me do a quick exit and load it up again. Maybe I just need to reload the game. How are you guys feeling about that reveal? I, for one, am pretty stoked for the future of Destiny. Like, I went into it with, I'm not gonna lie, I went into it with a cautious optimism, and I don't want to say that they blew away my expectations, but there were definitely some surprising things that I was not expecting. The shooting range. I was not expecting the amount of enemy variety, and it's probably because this game is updating. Yeah, it's updating right now, Wally. It just wasn't it wasn't showing. We're sitting at a comfy 63%, so it should be done here pretty soon. Might take a little bit longer just because I'm streaming, but it is what it is. Just so long as it doesn't crash or I don't get Marmot as soon as I load in. If I get Marmot as soon as I load in, I might cry a little bit. Because that's a 8+ hour commitment, Marmot, because you have to uninstall the game and then restart your computer, update your graphics drivers, do all this other nonsense. Oh, we're getting drop frames. That's great. That's wonderful. It should be popping up here in a second. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me also... Do I need to update my companion? Looks like companion is still offline, so we won't be able to just pick up bounties willy-nilly. That's okay though. We'll load in with the hunter. Will we get a cutscene or anything? Final shape cutscene. Okay.
Long ago,
Okay, there we go. 7 minutes on my download. Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday I'll be pre-ordering the 100 version of Edge of Fate. Hell yeah. Okay. To the tower first, because we need to do bounties. Ooh. Oh, that's like the expansion thing there. The pre-order. That's what that is. All right, so I think what we're gonna do first is we're going to, I don't know if that was something that I necessarily wanted to do. I just kind of did it. Yeah, I would say that that was something that I probably wanted to do. Probably. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Boy, we are hovering over Earth for a long time. Load times do be like this, though, on resets. Like, immediately after reset. That's why I don't do it. This is just a special case just because of the live stream event. Are we getting bad frames? I keep getting a detection saying that I am getting bad frames. Is the stream okay?
You don't look too banged up.
Trace, Glaive, Rocket, Arc. Trace, Linear, Machine Gun, Fusion. Okay. We have a Trace. We have a Rocket and a Machine. Gonna be grinding Nightfalls nonstop this week. Nice. Nice. Lotus Eater, yeah. Okay, so we do need a Glaive. And did we need a Fusion? No, we have a Fusion. Okay. We have a Linear, Machine Gun, and a Rocket. Okay, so we should be set to head out. There's one other set of bounties I want to grab, though. And it's these. These from Ido. Maybe a small stutter occasionally. Okay. Frames aren't too bad. Okay. Maybe I just got too many applications open. Close some of them. I don't know what the deal was, but I feel like I've been having a lot of technical issues with my setup today. Like, at first it was I couldn't get my webcam working for the stream, and then after that it was stuff just didn't want to pull up or work or whatever. I don't know. Ooh, wait. Diluted tonic of weakening void. I'm just gonna get a bunch of free rank ups at Ido, because why not? Those are all onslaught. Shotgun, okay. Okay, let's see what we got. 82, nice. Where do I want to throw that 82? If at all, anywhere. That's an okay domino, actually. I think first and foremost, I throw the highest thing into Graviton, because that's kind of our bread and butter. And then I'll keep the sniper and I'll get rid of the battler. Then what else did we get here? Got this 81 helmet. We'll go ahead and infuse that. Just lock that in. 83 gloves. It's good, but it's not worth infusing. 83 chests, that is worth infusing. That's not worth. Okay, so we're at 1993, which is what our Warlock is at. Nice, we got a hand cannon, we need that. Rampage, offhand strike. I might just keep that and get rid of that. Ooh, that's got pretty good resilience as well. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go out and start killing stuff. The good old-fashioned way. Oh boy, here I go killing things again. I hope that at least the recording turns out okay for all the stream stuff. That way I can make a little clip out of my reaction to the shooting range, because I think it was genuinely one of the better reactions that I had. I need to start doing that more. I need to start cutting up clips into shorts and whatnot. Be a better content creator. Okay, what am I doing here? I need... Oh, I didn't know we were out of honey. We're out of honey, and my wife needs honey for her coffee. Excuse me, what? Okay, there are noises happening around me. We'll do trace. We'll throw the hand cannon on. That guy just shot straight up into the air. Hey, I actually hate this hand cannon. I hate it with a passion. I just don't like, I don't like the way it fires. What are these, like, explosion things that are happening when I shoot this thing? Okay, let's go get a bunch of kills. The best way we know how. Down to my dungeon. Get out of here. What? I don't know what I'm building up. I'm building up something and I have no idea. Thank you. Okay, there's the hand cannons. So I can take that off and be done with it, at the very least. Get out of here. Get off. We have a... I was gonna say, if we have a public event we could rally to, we could get more ammunition for stuff. Let's actually dump all of our MG stuff. I think that was all of the machine gun that we needed. Yes. Yes, it was. So we can take this off. We'll throw Subspectrum on. Do be needing a lot of trace kills though. Why don't we go over to, yeah, we have our super too. Why don't we go over to Terminus East? Just because this is a higher ad density and we can get a lot of trace rifle kills over here. And we can use our linear for the big guy. Well, that sucked. You know what? We don't even really need to kill you in particular with a trace. Ooh, here we go. Oh, you got so lucky, you little shit. Okay. Now that we're done with the trace, let's move to Shoddy. I didn't have anything, and I just happened to get lucky with that guy. Okay, 5 in the mag. There's a chest over here. That was... God, what is my aim with this stuff? It's like all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna go rally to the Gulch. Some ammo. That's a big boy. There we go. Let's go back to the Trossland. Finish it up over there. Okay, I guess I'm just not getting a chest animation there. Ooh. We have one of those enemies moving against each other kind of deals over here, which is great for us if we want to just get some quick and easy kills. Hey, there's advanced linear. There we go, there's Shoddy. Ooh. Check up here real quick. Any enemies? No. Cool, so we'll swap. And swap. Oh, that sucks. Didn't realize that was my only rocket. I feel like I'm the one cleaning house over here. Just the one rocket. Okay, we got a bunch of these done. Defeated in streaks, pulse rifle, scout rifle, okay. Glad I held on to those because we can at least take care of those while we're in the EDZ here. I just have to swap to the weapons. That's lucky of us. I don't think I need this anymore. I think I need... Well, I definitely need a glaive for that. So we can get a bunch of glaive kills down here. Excellent. You're about to be toast. Those count as glaive kills, right? Yeah, I was about to say, if those don't count as glaive kills, we're gonna have words. Is there a rally? Yes. Sludge. Rally. Forgot for a second what I was trying to do. Just gonna go back to the Tross land. You know, why not? Okay. Just a couple more glaive kills. A couple more rocket kills. Some scouts and snipers. A little chest every now and then. I forgot that this has tracking, and as soon as I scope in, it's just going to rocket everything. On, you stupid tracking rounds. I think I almost just killed myself because they were throwing something and I shot a rocket. Rockets and grenade launchers will continue to be the scariest weapons that I ever use in this game. Back it up, back it up, back it up. So much easier when I just go in and use a weapon I'm so familiar with. Of course it is. Okay, there's the pulse, and now we just need scout. And after that, I think we're done with the hunter. Oh, this has headstone on it? What the hell? Not realize that. Most excellent. I think probably one more of those and then we'll have all of our bounties for our hunter done. Then we can go... Wait, hang on, actually. Yeah. Probably one more of those. We've got our weekly challenges for Banshee, yeah. We forget about those first two that I just shot. Excellent. We have an Omni Oculus chance. So let's go take it. Welcome back, Wally. Alright. We have a chance at an Omni Oculus here. Let's see if we get it. Copper Tone Patina. Circadian Chill. Cool, cool, cool. And a Cured, okay. Gamekeeper. Interesting. Rising Star Stance? Okay, well, it's a little big, so I can't really see it. Good boy status? We are a good boy.
Back from the hunt, I see.
All right. If I do the focus decoding, that gives me more experience than just decrypting it, correct? If I do it this way, it's going to give me more experience than regularly decrypting it, correct? I'm a little rusty on the inner workings and the mechanics of how this all shakes down. I'm honestly inclined to upgrade my Graviton if I'm going to stick with Graviton. Plus, like, I have tons of Ascendant Shards. It's just the Glimmer that I'm really going to be wasting here, which isn't hard necessarily to get back. It just costs a lot of time. I think I'm going to do that and see. Yeah, that gives me 500. Oh, that's way better. That's going to be way, way better. So we'll do that. Way better. Okay. So we're sitting pretty comfy right now here. And then we can come over to Banshee, grab our challenge reward, which is going to be a primary at 85. Okay. Why don't we just go ahead and roll with that? Get rid of this one. Okay. Looking good there. Looking good there. What else? What else could we do? We have some unclaimed challenges here. Which gives us some more season ranks. Okay, I think we just go to Ido at this point. Listen to Varix at the holo projector. Ugh. Why would I do that? All right, and then I think after this, I think after we do all the remaining hunter stuff, we swap over to our Warlock real quick, maybe? Ido. Okay, so we need more tonics. If we can get tonics. Oh, this is Varix, okay. Yes, we can get 4 more.
Can they trust?
Ooh. Engram. Ooh. Another engram. Okay, let's make sure that we're not getting too stacked here. Okay, so I've got a bunch of 83s now. Okay, so I gotta rank up there. It's just another scout rifle, so I can get rid of that. Get rid of that. 81 is the same power level, so we'll just get rid of that. And I think we're good. I think we are set. Oh, hang on. 3 out of 8, and we can get another powerful. Okay. So, I think what I want to do then is, yeah, swap over to the Warlock, and hopefully it doesn't throw me into anything immediately on my Warlock. It shouldn't. But at least we have the locked-in power level gain. Should not throw me into anything. Come on, don't throw me into something. Don't be throwing me into something. Okay, I was about to frickin' say. This is an unskippable cutscene too, isn't it? Yeah.
Funny thing. Some folks get stuck in it. Frozen
All right.
in place. It holds
Well, we'll just watch it.
some folks.
If I can get the Ido bounties done on my Warlock, let me see if
I went far. I had to.
the compendium is up again. Looks like no. Looks like the data compendium is not up and running. Or not the data compendium, the companion app. Golly.
Something's out there, hero. It's throwing rocks at our window.
Okay, so it's not gonna throw me into anything. That's good. That's good. I need to get bounties. Yeah, I can do the weekly gunsmith bounties again, and I can go to Ido and do hers as well. And I don't think I'm gonna have, yeah, all the ones that I had in my inventory, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. As long as we can get our warlock up to where our hunter is and keep locking in those power cap increase gains, then we'll be set. And I definitely need to get those Ido bounties done throughout the week, so I'll have to plan to stream more during the week just to get those done and complete those. Because I can only do a couple of them at a time because I can't get into Onslaught because I have to do Expert Onslaught, and I cannot be bothered to do an hour-long 50-wave Onslaught only to get to the last wave and then kaputs, I'm dead. I just cannot be bothered. And doing Spoiler of the Watcher right now, nice, sick. Let me know how it is. Let me know how different it is. I'm definitely excited to go in and test all that out for myself. Okay, so I remember needing a glaive and all that, so I have a fusion, I have a hand cannon, I have a scout. Need a glaive. Just the glaive.
Till next time.
Go down to Ido, we'll pick up her stuff. Oh, hello. I love that I still have this. This is hilarious. And I just say. Can be exchanged in eternity for rewards offered by the 9. Interesting. I'll have to investigate this on my main account because this is interesting. So onslaught, hand cannon, and shotgun. And now,
sometimes I miss swashbuckling.
Do all those two, and out to the EDZ we go. I'm gonna start with the rocket, actually, just so I can get it done and out of the way. Rocket, arc, glaive, trace. Do glaive, rocket, fusion. The easy mode has tutorial stuff for the dungeon. You're stronger with less fire team, no wipes. But you can't complete triumphs from the original version of the dungeon, nor can you earn the exotic from the dungeon. Okay, that I like. I like that there's an easy mode to learn the mechanics and get familiar with it, but you can't earn any of the cool, important stuff from it. I like that a lot. I need to remember once again that I'm on a warlock and not a hunter. I don't know why I don't use glaives more often. This is actually kind of fun. Of course, I say that, and as soon as I start using it on my main account, it's not going to be fun. Did I just get a double kill with that? It's crazy. All right, kinetic forces, cool. Switch over to the fusion. We can work on those. Then also the rocket as well. Ultimatum gives you adept weapons and better drops, and I believe... Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Hand off the trigger, hand off the trigger, hand on the trigger. Hell yeah. Okay, I have no more rocket ammunition, but that is okay. Why don't we do that too? Oh, I know why we don't do that, because it's just gonna take all my frick-frackin' kills. Well, that was kind of a mistake on my end. At least we have speed boost. We can kind of like move through this a little bit better. Okay, we'll get the fusions done while we have speed boost, and then we'll go look for a rally. Reticle Arsenal. And we're just getting seasonal challenges done. Let's go look for a rally somewhere. That is going to be our best bet, unfortunately. Shotgun, hand cannon. Done with that. So the hand cannon on. Let's throw that shotgun on. Nice little maneuver there. Oh, we get to that rally easy. Get me out of here. Hello. There are weapon bounties for dungeon gear? Oh, that's sick. So there's like, get a certain number of kills with this weapon type for this armor piece or piece of gear? Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, that's just the advanced rocket. That's not the actual rocket. I need the actual one. What kind of a shotgun is this? A 2-tap firing shotgun? What the hell? It like fires fully auto or something? Oh, that's right. I'm not a hunter. 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 Not the rocket. Holy, okay. Rockets continuing to be the bane of my existence. Didn't realize this had overflow. There we go. Okay, no more rocket, no more rocket. I can't remember which one it was. I'm just gonna go with the machine gun. And I have nothing in it. This shotgun is just ass. And I just say, it is actually ass. I hate it so much. Whoever thought this, like, 2 double fire shotgun was a good idea, they need to be put, like, somewhere safe. Like this is not it, Chief. This is not the gun I'm looking for here. Do I actually have a different shotgun? I don't think I do. And ain't that just tragic? Like that's the only circumstance that it works is like when you have 2 enemies lined up right next to each other. how close are we to these bounties being done? These are ass for bounties. There goes my head. That was sick. That was not sick. There we go. There's that one. Cool. I love not having this thing reloaded. It's so smart of me. Okay, what were my other... Trace, machine gun, trace. Okay. So I do need the machine gun, but I also need the trace rifle. 79, I don't need the 79 fusion. I know it's pretty decent, but I'm getting so full on inventory stuff. Hand cannon. Okay. Ooh, we ranked up at Ido. Nice. It's not a major rank up, so it won't give us powerful gear, but I think it'll give us a ingredient sack. Because I think that's the one that we... Or no, it won't. It won't give us an ingredient sack. It came fully masterwork with 2 sets of perks. Ooh. The guns came fully masterwork with 2 sets of perks? That's sick. You're talking about for the weapon bounties, right? And that should be all the bounties. That. Got that. Ooh, that's a masterworked gun too. Hold up. Ambitious and Reservoir Burst. I'm gonna get rid of Red Death because we can pull it at any time. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the Red Death here. Also gonna get rid of that shotgun because that shotgun is just poo-poo. Throw that on, throw that back on. Okay. I think that's all good. Let's go. Ooh, we got stuff in the store? What? Oh, okay. We're about to get some more stuff in the store, it looks like. 82 on the arms. Is that going to be useful to me? No, it's not. Okay. So that's not useful right now. 82 on the legs. That actually would be useful. Yeah. We'll just keep it in our inventory slot for right now. Do we have anything else back here? I don't think so. Alright, let's go back to the tower. Let's pick up our rewards. And then we can also go to Ido, maybe? No, we only have 2 bounties done with her, so we don't need to be doing that. Oh, we could also do the unknown antechamber for the shader, the shipping, all that stuff, all the secret stuff. No first encounter drop. Interesting. So you didn't get drops from scaling the tower? 'Cause that's usually where you get your first drops, is completing the scaling the tower thing.
Nice shooting out there.
Ooh, we got a helmet. Oh, that's juice. That's massive. Major juice there. Second. Let's go to the last city. Last city. Let's pick up the couple of chess pieces that are inside Eris's apartment, and then we can set up the board for endgame. And get all those chess piece rewards if we wanted to. Mid boss. Oh, mid boss has no drop. Interesting. Very interesting. Looks like we cut out there for a second. Did we drop? Speed typing in the middle of first boss. No worries, no worries. Where's that bishop? Did I already get the bishop down here? I might have. Okay. Yeah, and then I already got the 2 pawns that are in here, so should be good. Yeah, middle game. And then let me make sure that I have my scout on. And let me get the puzzle pieces up. Okay, so right. What is the endgame configuration? That's where it is. Okay. So we do on there, on there. We put the knight there. And the bishop was up there, right? Yes, okay. Okay, so now we are in endgame. Just pull up the board. Okay. So we need queen and rook to start. Queen. And rook. And then knight and queen. Goes there. Then we have queen, queen, bishop, queen. Then rook, rook, knight at the very, very end. Rook, knight. On rook. On bishop, knight. Bishop. Knight. Then another pawn at the end. Sorry? Oh, okay. Love you, bye. Okay. And then we got rook. Rook, knight. Then queen. Do get drops from encounters. They're not guaranteed to be masterwork or shiny weapons, but they can be. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Queen, bishop, bishop. Then bishop to the outside. No bishops on this back row here, but we've got pawn rook and then pawn rook knight. So pawn rook. No, actually, that's bad. Pawn. That's pawn rook, and then pawn rook knight. Knight, bishop, knight. Pawn, pawn. Last two bishops. Was that not right? I feel like that was supposed to be right. Hello? Okay. Putting this in front of me. We'll just do this again. Maybe we have to do it actually from top to bottom, left to right in order. So I'm just going to do it that way. So queen, rook. Knight. Queen. 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 Bishop. Queen. Rook. Rook. Knight. On rook. On rook. Then on bishop, knight, on rook, knight, queen, bishop, queen, bishop, bishop. Thank God this also doesn't kill you if you get it wrong too. Otherwise, that would have been so sad. On rook. On rook. Knight. Knight. Bishop. Knight. Pawn, pawn. Bishop. That has to be right. Thank you. Good lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, enough of that. Season pass. Made it seem like I got something. Okay. We're gonna go back to orbit. I think we're gonna be done for today. Just because I need to take care of a couple of things around the house. I've got some work I gotta do. But the reveal stream was pretty fire, I have to say. That was a pretty fire reveal stream. And I cannot wait for I cannot wait for what is to come. I honestly cannot. It's gonna be awesome. Alright. Just have a good day, bud. You too. You too, Wally. You have a wonderful day as well. All right. I am going to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I enjoyed doing the reveal stream. I really did. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I can't wait to do more of it. It was very, very fun, very, very exciting. So I am definitely going to be doing more of it in the future as things go on. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys had a good one watching my reactions to the stream. I might post some shorts or some clips of my reaction, but we'll see. We'll see if I'm clippable. Anyway, we got a couple of things done in the Mythic Challenge, which is always good. We locked in some power level gear and got a couple of bounties done. So I think next time we pick this up, we'll probably do more stuff on our Warlock and actually do more Kelheart Pathfinder stuff. Maybe we'll also get into the Crucible private match system and work on our Deadeye title because we really need to do that and focus on that. So we've got a couple of things planned and slotted out for the future. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Click like, click subscribe. If you're on Twitch, click follow, and I will see you guys in the next one.